Hello, and a very warm welcome indeed to our next weekly thought and reflection from the Chaplaincy Centre. I'm Jeremy Clines, I'm the coordinating chaplain, and I wanted us to give time this week, 1 week before the semester break, so we've got one more session after this before semester break, and we'll carry on through the semester break period. Session this week of 3 or 4 minutes to reflect on checking in with ourselves by using different measures about how to check in with ourselves. So quite often when we check in with ourselves about how we're doing, we use very basic measurements like, as I've mentioned before, how was the last number of meals we've had, are we eating well, are we sleeping well, and did we get the things done we wanted to? So when it comes to the things done that we've wanted to, this can be a real source of stress, especially the things that we don't know whether we've got them done, we don't know how to get them done, or we don't know when we'll get them done. Those are the sorts of things that cause stress. So that's where taking time to reflect on what the things are that we are doing with our life more broadly can help us write more balanced lists if we need a list, or making a mental list of the things that we're doing with our life in general can give us a better perspective on what is going on for us, rather than just the things that are niggling us on the to-do list, because often it's the things that seem insurmountable or difficult or we're worried about that just become the dominant thing on a list which hasn't been carefully constructed by ourselves. So what are we doing with our lives, getting a broader sense of what we're doing, and sometimes writing down some of those things that we are doing with our lives can put the tricky bits of stuff to do that are hard into perspective. Then in terms of meals and sleep, well, there's plenty of stuff online about eating well and sleeping well, and they talk about these days sleep hygiene. I know you will have all seen that phrase around, so we can read up on that and some general advice, hopefully avoiding too many faddish ideas. When I say fad-ish, I mean anything that seems to be the latest craze or apparently the answer to all our problems about eating or sleeping, but just some general advice. Connect in with that, but again, to have a kind of a general perspective of how is my sleep overall going along, rather than worrying about the last 2 nights or the next 2 nights, and how is eating going, and what do I maybe want to change about it if we're a bit bored of what we're eating or cooking, or the hassles of cooking. You can just take a little time to review and reflect, and I think this is a good moment to reflect in the year, just as the days are lengthening here in the UK, and as the light is getting better, and we've got a clock change coming up in 10 days, and the spring equinox this weekend. These are all moments to say, the world looks a bit different outside, and there are lots of signs of spring, so we can use that as a catalyst for thinking about what's changing for us, both on the inside and our actions on the outside. But to do that in a gentle, non-critical, non-judgmental way, which takes a broad view of how things are going and tries to get a general sense of direction, that can help. For some of us, though, our life isn't going in a good direction, and it's just simply hard. And I think at times like that, rather than just make a self-assessment, it's time to think about assessing who we're connecting with and reaching out to, and checking in with ourselves. Well, where are we sharing with our friends or family members and loved ones who haven't had spoken to for a while, who I could seek to make contact with and maybe get some support from? Or is there anybody I know via the university or who works on a particular topic area who I can actually go and get some advice from? And again, take a general view of how am I doing, how many people am I connecting with, and are there some more people who it might be worth me connecting with this week or in the days ahead before the semester break arrives with us on Friday next week. So that's it for this week. Check in with ourselves, take a broad view, decide if there's something we want to do differently without judging ourselves. Go well with that, and I hope that's been useful to listen to. Thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you maybe in a week's time. Bye for now.